Welcome to another version of Will It Measure. Today we're going to look at doing landmark studies on a skull. We're going to utilize the Microscribe portable CMM. To take these points in this landmark study, we're going to utilize a point probe on our Microscribe. This is a Microscribe MX with 50 degrees of reach in any direction and will hold a statable accuracy of 0.02 of an inch, which you can actually drive that accuracy down depending on which piece of software you're using. So let's get started. We're going to use a piece of software called MobiGauge. And we've already taken the liberty to create a small plan. So you can see here in MobiGauge, we've written the scientific names of all of the points that we want to collect on this skull. So having written the plan, we can just execute the plan. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll go to File and we'll say Clear All Measured, which takes any existing measurements out of the system, and then we'll tell it just to measure all. So now you can see that MobiGauge is going to prompt us for the particular point we want to collect. So I'm going to use the abbreviations, and the first point that we want to collect is called AL. So we'll bring the Microscribe down into place. Utilizing a hand switch, we're going to trigger the Microscribe to take the point. So we'll move on by using the top switch to the next point. So AU would be the next point that we're going to collect. I'll bring the Microscribe down into place and collect that one. Then we'll do B, the intersection of the suture lines. Then we'll move on to CDL, which is back down here. Now we'll move on to D. And we'll keep collecting the data points. So now we'll collect NS. We'll collect OP. PR, and we'll collect ZY. All right, so now we've collected all of our landmarks or data points. Let's go ahead and apply an alignment so that we can understand based on 3 points the relative locations of the other points. So for the purpose of this test, I'm going to use the first 3 points, AL, AU, and B. Your studies may require you to use other points as your landmark, but I just want to show you how easy it is to inject a alignment into this process. So from plan, we'll come over to alignments. Let's use a 3-point alignment. And we're going to report it so we can see it in our report, and dependents will come in and pick on the first point. So we'll use the first one, we'll use the second one, and we'll use the third one. Now as you can see from this drop down, you could use any point you wanted to collect the relative origin. So we'll go ahead and add that. So now if we look at our run plan, we'll see that our origin is here. Let's go ahead and bring that up into its proper place so that everything else will be relative to that origin as we continue to measure, or we continue to anything below the measured points, excuse me. All right, so now what we want to do is look at the report. So we'll hit the refresh button, which will help us to refresh it. Here is the first measurement, its location in arm space. We have the second measurement, its location, and the third, and then you'll notice that we go directly into an alignment. So now any of these points below are going to be relative to the alignment we created. And now this is completely exportable. We can go ahead and save this, and let's just put it on the desktop. and we'll just call it LM report. And we will save that. And we'll turn our desktop back on. I had cleared it a little earlier just to make it easier for everybody to see what was going on. But let's take a look. Alex, you're going to have to edit this out. Okay, so let's take a look at LM report. This will give you an idea from an HTML point of view what all of that information looks like. You can also export this in a comma delimited file, comma to save file, or out in an Excel spreadsheet. So we've taken a look at utilizing the Microscribe product coupled with MobiGauge to do landmark studies on a physical specimen for scientific investigation. One of the nice things about the MobiGauge is then you can quickly just come right back to it, run, file, we're going to clear all measured data, and you're right back into that inspection process. So it makes a very intuitive way to collect data repeatedly so that you can run that data through an analytical process and understand the measurement variations. Also, I wanted to make you aware that MobiGauge is not only available for the PC version, but is also available on iPad, iPhone, and iTouch, which with a wireless connection gives you the ability to run the Microscribe directly inside of the iPad or iPhone or iTouch. So together, they're a very lightweight and portable solution to go in the field to collect your data. So keep that in mind. For more information, give us a call and we'll be more than happy to explain it or give you a web demonstration particular to your needs. So thank you for taking a look at this version of Will It Measure? And yes, it will measure. And for more information about the Microscribe and the MobiGauge products, please visit us on our website at www.gomeasure3d.com. Feel free to call us at the office if you have any questions. You can reach us at 434-946-9125. Thank you.